I have two more for you, but the sun moved, so I had to move. I'm trying to make this work. Okay, it's the new moon. Let's use the Moonology deck and the Queen of Moon Oracle for some final messages from Spirit pertaining to the new moon. The Queen of Moon Oracle is here to talk to us for those of you who have been struggling, who have been going through a void or a dark period, whether you're going through a full-blown dark night of the soul, or maybe you just feel a void. To me, isn't as bad as a dark night of the soul. It's more like just a period where like you don't know what's going on. It's like things feel blank. I've actually had that recently with my twin, and where like I wasn't picking up much energy from him, and it felt like I was in a void because I didn't really know what was going on with him. So it can be like that too, where it's not like you're not going through a dark night of the soul, but you just aren't sure like what's happening. It's really hard because it can be a difficult phase. I honestly think voids can be a test as well, a test of your own inner union and inner peace, that you're able to trust that process. Like, that's why I know that even when you're far along in the journey, you still go through stuff like this, because it's tests. Like Spirit saying, have you evolved enough? Are you ready? So are you able to get through that darkness or void and stay in your inner peace and inner union and not be triggered and not like start overthinking and freak out and spiral, you know what I mean? Now, that being said, a dark night of the soul serves a purpose for your own healing and evolution in your own individual path. I couldn't think of the word. Individual path of your rebirth process. This is why the separations are important. Each of us are supposed to go through our own individual rebirth path. So you have to go, you might not have to go through a dark night of the soul, but you do have to go through this period of time on your own, working through deep healing and processing things. You're going to have resistance come up while you're going through that, because it's tough. It's really hard to be dealing with all this darkness or uncertainties. People like myself who want to control everything, which that's honestly a lot of people want to control everything, because like that's how can I put this? Feeling in control of things is what makes you feel like secure and stable in your life. Learning how to surrender to Spirit and let go and trust and faith, like with being blind and not knowing what's going on or what's happening, that's really hard to do, because by being in control of your life, this is why the 3D path is all about planning and making sure your life is set. You have that routine, grow up, go to school, go to college, get a good career, have a retirement plan, get married, have kids. Like, it's all about control, about having your life planned out and in control. And the spiritual path is about relinquishing all of that. It's about relinquishing control and trusting the path. Trusting Spirit, trusting your own higher self, soul, and the plan that it has for you. And it requires letting go of all of that planning and letting go of all of that control. And people are very resistant to that. I'm very resistant to that, because I have OCD and other, mental things. Type A people, I'm type A. It's really hard to relinquish control. I know that things that have happened to me in my life the last year and a half to 2 years, I know part of that has been Spirit pushing me to relinquish control. Like, I know people who I owe anything to, people who are waiting for me for anything, it's because Spirit has literally taken control away from me and forced me to surrender completely and just go with the flow each and every single day on what I can do and how much I get done, because I'm juggling so much by myself. So juggling so much by myself has put me in a position where I can't control things, and I have no choice but to just go with the flow every day. So I find that funny that Spirit did that. It's like it's breaking my OCD and it's breaking my those mental idiosyncrasies that I have. So I find that interesting. But anyway, like I was saying, these periods are tough, but and you're going to be resistant to it, because you are trying. See how she has that fist? She's like that. This is what people do when they're trying to control. They're gripping tightly to their ways of doing things, their ways of living, the 3D conditioning that they grew up with, that this is how things are supposed to be and this is how everything's supposed to go. It's that grip that spirit is forcing you to relinquish that grip. Like, let go, release it, let go of the resistance and the trying to control everything. It's learning patience, learning to trust in divine timing, and allowing what I just said, allowing everything to go with the flow, allowing patience with your divine masculine of his or her side of the process and how they need to go about things, because you as the divine feminine have your own way of how you need to go about things, and so does the masculine, and you can't force or rush his side of the process because you're being impatient and you're like, I'm ready, where are you, what's going on? You have to hold space for the masculine and allow the masculine to get there on his terms, and going through the healing that he needs to go through, going through the things that spirit is putting him through, for how spirit is breaking the divine masculine down, of like, just like I said about me, the spirit doing that for the masculine too, breaking down the masculine's things that they get stuck on, basically. And that's all 3D conditioning too. It's just, it might not be the exact same thing, but it's still 3D conditioning of like how they function in the world, of how their upbringing and their life and their family and everything, everyone around them, how that has built them and created them for how they function. Spirit is breaking all of that down and teaching them a new way aligned with their soul. And you have to be patient for that process as they go through it and allow it to take place how it needs to. With the people in your life who created that version of you, that old version of you that you're shedding, you have to learn to have boundaries with them, and you are in the process of redefining yourself. Like, you're going through this rebirth. You're becoming who you're supposed to be, as opposed to who the 3D society, family, culture, religion, all that conditioned you to be. And so you're birthing this new version of yourself. You're redefining yourself and who you are, how you function, the life you're meant to live. And you are creating new boundaries for everyone in your life, for the people that are still stuck in that 3D mentality who would be holding you back, and for the new people that are coming in, your soul family, your soul tribe, your twin flame, and what those relationships are supposed to look like. Can I just say real quick, I love how the sun is coming in through the side and how it keeps changing. Like, take in the sun light codes. Anyway, so you're also learning resilience. You're learning how to get through this process and get through obstacles and difficulties and struggles that this journey entails, that life in general entails. And you're learning to bend instead of break when things happen or when things change. You're learning how to release the old without freaking out and become the new. You're going through an unbecoming. This is my new favorite word. You're going through an unbecoming and becoming instead who you're truly supposed to be, the new and improved version of yourself. You're gaining a crap ton of wisdom along the way, particularly spiritual wisdom that is blossoming. This is a spiritual awakening process, right? You're going through a spiritual rebirth. It's a spiritual awakening. You're ascending, and you're accumulating tons and tons of spiritual wisdom along the way. And you're also learning, this is the pleasure card. You're learning how to make yourself happy no matter what the circumstances are. It doesn't matter if you're with your twin right now or not. You are not meant to come here and suffer. You are not meant to come here and be stuck in the rat race. You are meant to enjoy this life here on earth that's been given to you, that's a gift. And you are supposed to take advantage of that and make yourself happy every single day. No matter what your circumstances are, figure out how you can do that. Doing the activities, spending time with the people, whatever it may be that brings pleasure, joy, happiness, contentment into your life every single day, and trust that all the pieces of your life are going to come together how they're supposed to, including your twin flame connection and relationship, including marriage and kids and all that stuff. And in the meantime, you're still making yourself happy. Trust in the unexpected, because the sooner that you can surrender to spirit and the divine and your own soul's path, the unexpected will just happen suddenly out of nowhere. I actually know someone who's that happening to right now. I don't know why my nose is running while I'm recording. Like, I've been fine all day. But anyway, so expect the unexpected with your divine masculine, and know that everything is going to blossom and come together, and you're going to reap the abundance and all the rewards for everything. Hey you guys, I am waiting and I figured let's do some waiting and working. I brought my cards with me because I knew I would be waiting, and I wanted to pull some new moon messages for you guys. I'm sitting here in my car. I've seen some people do it as a shtick, like they always do their readings in their car, and so I was like, fuck it. But I absolutely love that the best angle I could get, because the sun has my cross dangling at the top. Like, that's awesome. My crucifix, I should say. I have a crucifix in the car because I have battled enough demons to know that it doesn't hurt to have a crucifix around. So anyway, I pulled from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle, and Spirit, it wants to talk to the Divine Feminines about both your individual soul path right now as well as your twin flame journey real quick. So we have the Angel of Psychic Ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at present. Trust your inner knowing. Now, part of your journey is learning how to do that, right? Like, you might work with psychics and healers to help your process, to help you know what's going on with your twin flame, because, like, let's face it, the twin flame journey makes you feel crazy and you want to know what's going on all the time. I always tell people, I don't want you to feel bad about that, because if you allow anxiety to fester within you, like, it's just going to get worse. Like, you're overthinking and you're spiraling and you're triggering. It's just going to get worse. Like, nothing. Peace of mind is priceless. That's what I say. Peace of mind is priceless. So if you need to work with a psychic for a period of time for your peace of mind, of just knowing what's going on, trusting, helping you to learn how to trust in the process, basically. And then also at the same time, it helps your own psychic gifts and abilities grow and blossom. And then you start learning how to tap into that more. And that's really what this journey is about. I know I'm totally going off on a tangent, so I'm going to have to do another video for this one. But I think this is important because I don't like people to feel guilty about needing to talk to someone for guidance at difficult stages of your journey. Like, if you need to talk to a psychic, if you need to work with a healer, there's nothing wrong with that. Peace of mind is priceless, yo. But over the course of your journey, you should also be learning how to use your own psychic gifts and abilities. That doesn't mean that you are not, at some point you're not allowed to work with someone. It just means that you should be growing as well. And as your psychic gifts and abilities are growing, you should also be learning how to discern between who is accurate and who is not, because not all psychics and people, advisors, channeling for the collective, not all of them are accurate. Some of them have interference, and then also some of them are just not channeling for you, and you need to be able to recognize that, okay? So let's go to the next one for continuing the reading. So as I was saying, your psychic gifts and abilities are growing. Your creative expression and arts life purpose path is urging to grow and expand, urging to come out. And so now we have the Angel of Guidance. A renewed sense of direction and purpose will soon manifest with those two exact things I just told you about. And accordingly, the Goddess of Nature is saying you reap what you sow. Your dream is coming to fruition. So as you work on those, as you work on whatever you're passionate about, whatever your soul purpose is, all of those things, and allow it to prosper in your life and in yourself individually, your dreams are going to start manifesting and coming to fruition and really grow and prosper for you. Angel of Manifestation. Hello. Angel of Manifestation. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. So this is past tense. So it's going to start blossoming, and you are going to reap the rewards of all your hard work, and that dream life is going to become your reality. And now let's get into the twin flame side of it. Goddess of Justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. Well, to me, the Goddess of Justice is saying, like, anything that's not right in your connection right now is going to be fixed. The scales are going to be balanced. So whatever seems amiss right now, as it said, whatever seems an injustice is actually a blessing. Know that there's a purpose to it. There's a silver lining. Whatever is not right now in your twin flame connection and relationship, whatever is keeping you guys apart, is a blessing in disguise. It's serving a purpose, but know that the scales will be balanced. That will be fixed so that you guys can start moving forward. Remember that even though you're in separation, you are both still moving forward individually in the ways that you're meant to. It doesn't matter that you're not together yet. There is supposed to be, I know there's a lot of people that want to say that's not true. No, it is true. There's supposed to be a separation period where you guys are working on what you need to for your individual lives and individual paths during that time and your individual healing. You can't be together until you're healed to a certain threshold that you are able to be together and the relationship can prosper, rather than triggering each other and being the catalyst for the healing. You're a catalyst for each other's healing until you pass that threshold that allows you to be able to come together in harmony. Angel of communication, when the time comes, communicate clearly and don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Well, more so I say just like, don't be afraid to be vulnerable and communicate from that place of openness and vulnerability. Open your heart chakra, okay? Goddess of awakening, this is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity, and that brings it all together. Your creative outlet is going to grow. Your soul purpose path is going to grow. Your romance and connection is going to grow. And then we have the angel of new life. An exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold, and everything's going to come together. This is the Fool. This is the leap, the new beginning. So it's coming. Okay, last one from the Moonology deck. This one is straightforward and to the point. Now, in terms of your individual path, your life purpose, your spiritual rebirth, where you're headed, who you're becoming, what is meant for you, whether your twin flame is in your life now or is coming, know that and make sure you plan accordingly. Your dreams need a practical plan. So make sure you're taking care of those things. Like, in order to bring your dreams to reality, it requires checking off steps along the way. So make sure you know what that is and you're planning accordingly. Confidence is your key to success. It can be easy to get stuck in like imposter syndrome and scarcity consciousness. Take time to do some energy healing work on yourself to clear out those fears and those blocks, or work with a healer who can do that with you. But no, maintain your confidence, work on your plans, and allow it all to come together how it's meant to. Your own higher self will guide you. Balance the spirituality and practicality. The practical cards came out at the same time, so I think that was funny. So it's important as you're proceeding forward to keep a balance between your 3D responsibilities as well as your new spiritual path, because we can't totally neglect the 3D. We have to survive, right? We have bills to pay, but you can't like be all focused on your 3D responsibilities and not focused on your spiritual path at all. And you can't be only focused on your spiritual path and not focused on your responsibilities. So you have to find a balance in that. And that can be really hard to do. Something else Spirit has been working on with me. But just do your best, one day at a time, one step at a time, to find that balance between those things. Know that luck is on your side and everything, this is what Spirit has told me, everything happens perfectly exactly how it's supposed to. So even if it seems like luck isn't on your side, there's a silver lining to that. It's a blessing in disguise. It's happening for a reason. So if you can trust Spirit and trust the process, know that luck is on your side, but even when things go awry, it's happening for a reason. You're learning how to surrender to the divine. I just talked about this in the last reading. You're learning how to take that leap of faith, completely blind faith, not knowing anything, not knowing what to expect, not having control, and trusting Spirit, trusting your own higher self, trusting the process. And this is the ultimate lesson and the ultimate test with the twin flame journey. But know that the end of a tough cycle approaches. Things are going to get better. They are going to improve, and a fiery climax approaches. So any karmic situations that may be going on, there can be a fiery climax coming very soon. Hey, there's 2 eclipses next month. So who knows what's in store.